Whether you're on the East Coast or the West Coast tonight, it's certainly a dark night in the skies. But we have Granblue Fantasy Versus, beautiful blue skies, constant daylight, paradise, a casual, relaxed, and happy atmosphere to engage in a little bit of fighting game action with. I mean, this is how we always divide East and Granblue. It's East and West. We're gonna play some games, relax, and I'm gonna introduce my friend Raph here to join me at the helm here of our skyfaring adventures tonight.
That's right.
Sunset
Tonight
on the
we
West
are
Coast
your
over
captains
here.
as we're gently cruising through the skies on this wonderful Thursday night, brought to you by CLG for Run It Thursdays. And what a Thursday it's been. That Eastern Coast top 8 was wonderful. Kilo with the big W over there, and it makes me even more excited for all the action we'll have here in the West Coast.
Yeah, I saw a player going by the name of Susamogus Poggers with a Eustace, a character that's actually been generating some buzz recently. I feel like the kind of weekly observation we get to make with the series like Run It Thursdays is something that, if you're trying to follow character narratives right now, an interesting time to talk about character strength. By the way, I saw that zombie tier list on the timeline earlier today. I saw Eustace was pretty high up there, and then I saw big moves being made by one Sasamogus Poggers, who also has an optional one-syllable tag for those of you that remember Bale. But yeah, I was enjoying watching those runs get made, and I'm trying to see more of them every Thursday, right? And we can do
Yeah,
this no matter what coast you're on here, or
exactly.
maybe you're a fiend in a different time zone entirely across the Atlantic, maybe the Pacific. You might be up trying to watch some Granblue Fantasy Versus.
No, it's,
People are mad dedicated to this game,
oh, for sure.
especially online.
Yeah, we saw like the biggest tournament not even 2 weeks ago happened all with players all across the world too. So it's such a spectacle, and it just keeps going from there. And it's such a
Mhm.
unique event that we have something like here. It's just like the Run It Thursdays ladder format, which you don't really very see much often. So everyone gets to just play a lot of matches and get that placement to get into this top 8 for the final bracket. So it's all just predicated on how well you do. But there's no just double elimination. There's no, oh, 2 losses and that's it. You just get to keep playing to your heart's content. Even if you didn't make that cut, you just get to keep enjoying these matches, link it up
Mhm.
against the other folks, and you know we get to the 8 prime players who we'll see for the West Coast portion, like you saw for the East Coast. But it really drives a sense of just community and growth, because this is an event for everyone, not just for the big dogs, but for the little pups too.
Little pups who are vicious as the rest of them, and punching above their weight class, or maybe even biting. I don't know. I feel like there's some vampires in this game. Somebody's got to have a bite moves in here somewhere, right? I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm not going to put anyone on the spot for this, but nonetheless, the metaphor has some real resonance, right? So this is because you can't just go into and have your registrations time wasted. You're
Yeah.
guaranteed to get good practice in and possibly see the same opponent you played this week in the next
hmm
one.
So it's,
Um,
yeah, really fun, and also cool to see so many other games supported of it too. Luckily we got this on the back of everyone at Evo heading up to the CLG booth and hitting that Granblue button, voting for Granblue all the time. Let's see Granblue happen, because you realize it's, again, West Coast, East Coast, like a lot of other events that would run one for each. So it
mhm.
really fits, like you mentioned earlier, how the game gets to get played, and we get on this really cool stage here, and just seeing, support is always good, no matter where it comes from, especially. And but here we get it from such an amazing group of people from CLG, showing some love. So I'm just ecstatic about that.
Well, yeah, and I also think that the Granblue community knows how to push itself.
hmm
This is a game that, like, on the back of the NAPC GBVS Discord, has had such an online resurgence, regardless of any kind of netcode circumstances, and
hmm
that's something to celebrate entirely on its own. And so, of course, we're running on PC here, where the people determine that they like to play. We got the best possible circumstances for online play in a somewhat consistent manner,
hmm
and we push it as far as we can. And that's always been the spirit of the scene, whether you're
hmm
playing in a
hmm
McDonald's parking lot on the highway because your your fellas didn't book the hotel for the right day and you're wondering if you turn back or go around. You put up a set. You put up your maybe put up a $1 bill. Invest in yourself, right? Actually, you don't have to put up any money here because we have a $400 prize pool per
Mm-hmm,
coast,
mm-hmm.
and that's 800 total.
Yeah, that's
And
super
that's
cool.
that's just a labor of love from CLG to GBVS, from one acronym to another, 3 to 4. Look at that! Even seventh place getting $8. I mean, this
That's
I
it.
would
That's
say
so you
for a
want.
weekly, that's elite. That is the best in the world.
That is, yeah, you get top 8 payout and just a nice post tournament meal at your local McDonald's. You'll be able to fill yourself up pretty good at seventh place. Obviously, you
I
want to
mean,
keep
you
on
could
getting higher.
DoorDash. I
Well,
would say
you
you
can
could
cover
DoorDash
the
starting at
delivery
fourth place.
fee with seventh place. At fourth place, yeah, you might be able to get something
The
real
full
quick and get
meal.
a snack in, but
And I don't know if we got the McDonald's sponsorship quite yet, but I mean, you can insert your fast food of choice.
but yeah, that's just all the love, to CLG and CLG Fighting for, putting up prize pools for all these games every Thursday. And, it's only going to keep growing from there. So as long as everyone continues to compete, because that's the big thing is these events are all, it's for the players and it grows from the players and the people watching because you guys keep playing in it, watching it, sharing it out, supporting it. And, sky's the limit. So just, biggest thing is always just keep your eye on it. It might not be your game one week or the next week, but it's something that eventually will come back around, and it's just it embraces the true feel of the FGC, where it's just it's trying to get with everyone, and you'll see it
Yeah,
from there.
yeah.
So it makes me really
The
happy.
the healthy grind environment. I one fellow CLG representative, dear Ramallah, the cow
Hmm.
lady, has so many videos talking about how to healthily compete with in fighting games and develop a strong mentality and the backbone at the same time as like self empathy that is required to advance in fighting games and learn and become an expert
Hmm.
in one particular game and dominate. Right? Maybe you can get there, but the point is, I feel like Ramallah deeply approves of this learning environment we have.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
there's commentators on the
Hmm.
track for top 8 matches, and surely players talking about their matches in our Discord here.
Yeah. And like again, the CLG team itself. I mean, we just got big old raid from CLG's own Brian F2, and you mentioned all the learning and you know everything
Yeah,
at that rate, and all the great players that are supporting it. Brian F is just loving, who has been all about this ladder format, pushing it, and it's just. Oh my goodness! And they're a player I love too because normally known for just like Street Fighter Five, but you watch their channel all the time, and latest game comes out, diving into it, doing really well. I remember watching DNF Duel, his grappler looking really sharp. So
oh
it's
yeah.
one of those little things of just like the squad that assembled for CLG Fighting and that are representing the community and driving that growth. Like you mentioned, Ramola, Brian F, Cuddlecore, they're all just big proponents of the FGC. So it just makes me smile. This really cool group that we got here. But looks like we are soon gonna have our first match as we're getting our players lined up, and it's essentially the West Coast Classic coming up
Already.
in our first match. Because again, even though it's a cut for top 8, it is still 4 players and winners, 4 players and losers. We don't all start from the winner's side, just FYI. But on the winners matches, it looks like Zombie and Shuabu, which is just like already
Classic.
no
Yeah.
surprise, no surprise at all.
Hey, look, the seeding doesn't solve the issue. They're gonna run into each other if they stay in winners. That's just how it goes. If the players don't lose, they play very soon.
Hmm.
And I would say Shuabu and Zombie both every tournament they've entered, offline, online. I mean, certainly speaking to offline for majors, they have been winners top 8 so far, except Evo. Evo, different stakes, different
Well, yeah, that's a
circumstances. Yeah,
whole
yeah,
different ball game there, but no,
yeah,
for sure. You,
yeah.
you you look at any major Granblue event, you're gonna see Zombie there, typically ending
Mm,
up in the top 3, or in Evo's case, top 8 at Evo with the
mm.
global attendance. So no slouch at all, and definitely is always going to be the person to beat, especially in these West Coast tournaments. So, and like I said, it's going to be super great, and we're getting the rest of the I think top 8 filtered out too, so we'll definitely get to see that bracket once everyone is situated and those matches are set. But I'm excited because again, we just have everyone who makes it to this bracket is just the best of the best today. right? They're play top of their game, got these big wins through the ladder, so they're really like have proven themselves, and they're all warmed up because it's a long road to get here, and even if you make the cut already, you can just keep playing and just keep having fun with it. So this is essentially EX lobby night.
Yeah, I mean, in Granblue, the EX moves, just so you know, you start with all of them. The game gives you the freedom to just use, right? Like, you are incentivized to act. Every time I open this game, I hear the theme music kick in, just like we did at this lobby, and I'm filled with inspiration.
It's uplifting.
Like,
it really just like
truly is.
There's a certain calmness to it, but there's certain like invigoration, right? You get the beautiful sky there. You get the grand cipher blowing through the wind, and you just can't help but feel just a smile on your face and a song in your heart.
I have no doubt our production team is smiling. They've got the Loane fella doing the push-ups already. Pumped up emote in the ship here.
Yep, you gotta get warmed up.
Is everyone keeping count?
Oh,
I can start.
We have our nice little room here, and our players sitting at the cab, ready to get some action in. So I am just excited. And what you're going to see from these two is, I'm really curious, because I know Zombie has been playing around with some different characters, known for the Cagliostro.
You might see Percival, though, but known for the Cagliostro.
There it is.
There he is. Yes.
The Red Lion himself.
All right. And, I think Zombie pretty much always plays default Percy. As a man in a red lit room wearing a red t-shirt, I'm a fan of this. Yes.
There you go.
Red on red. He just looks beautiful. And just, I was paying attention. I saw that Shuabu was currently blue square in online, which means that just got done from a hot losing streak, right? Playing against somebody who is surely pushing him. So I think this means that Shuabu could be like at peak power right now.
We'll see.
The blue square means you're in grind mode for sure.
We got the on-ray mode too, so we're playing the range game. Want to go against Percival? I like the kind of idea we're seeing here, but look at Zombie get that groove on, and I just love like these characters. Like everyone in this game is just handsome, beautiful fellows. Even our floating spear grandpa.
They got cool weapons too. Distinct themes. Of course, more important than all of those aesthetics and sounds, the personality is just the functions, right? We're fighting game players at our core. And that's what really excites me about Percival. The thought of possibly starting a sequence that starts from such long range with Percival, from H buttons and his M, just incredible pokes. On top of it all, this character becomes a rushdown character, sticks to you like glue, and has a command grab he can choose the combo off of, right? Really empowered in the offensive ability. But unfortunately, it can be pretty hard to get in against Henri for Percy. This is a counterpick that a couple people have been talking about in the Granblue community, where, with whip punishes like that, it's hard for it to ever look bad for Percy. Zombie, always ready off the far M, hitting that clean hit, Lord Strike H.
Yeah, so tricky. This is going to be a match where it comes down to those kind of whip punishes, because both have great range buttons. Both have just far-reaching normals. You'll see that with like the H there from Henri, getting into the confirm into the corner and a wall bounce, and try to go for the little slide for extension. It's one of those little things that's just like spacing gets so tricky, but I like this Shubu with the life lead in the grab.
Ooh, yes.
And game one. So again, remember, this is Zombie's new Percival coming after Evo, training up the new character for big success. And when you go back to the ship, once we head back to the galley, it's time to reconsider our choices, because we are a honorable fighting game here in Granblue. We are 2 out of 3s. No stinky
because
3 out
we
of 5s.
believe in the stability of our game. Okay, we don't have to hide behind the 3 out of 5.
I don't believe it. You don't want to pick. You don't want to pick 6 on me. I'm gonna pick it on you. Oh,
that is.
I love this.
That's pretty incredible. It could be a personal blow, especially if it comes to the mirror match after this, but Zombie's got a long way to go before we start making those narrative considerations. But the clean jump in counter hit and 2M combo is a pretty good start for Zombie. Shubu moves forward, though, always, of course, trying to stay out of the corner in Granblue Fantasy Versus, where the damage gets so high. As you can see mid-screen, or so just a knockdown, with safe jumps, Safe jumps get denied by parry. Pretty much everything does. Talk about that. Tell me about that. The effect of that 6 parry.
I mean, it's just one frame parry you can't melee this character. You can't get these free jump-ins. But look at Shubu anyway. We're talking about parries. This is the defensive character with his own parries of itself.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true. Counter
overdrive. I
and
love
parry,
using
unique
these features
options.
really, really well. Using overdrive to put yourself in like a checkmate scenario, something like return it in favor. But oh, the check! You're pulling out my own character on me. You don't think I know where to press buttons? Shubu's like, I'm gonna check you where you should be checking me when I play this character. Oh my gosh, even these anti-airs. Like this Anre from Shubu looks like he's been playing this character all the time. It is so
Took it
crisp.
upon himself to just level up the character as fast as possible. I mean, a lot of people weren't ready for these kind of middle of the pack DLC Season 2 characters. Eustace went underexplored, Anre went underexplored, underdeveloped. And I think we're starting to see a lot of development right now. The scene is pushing them for the first time as far as they can go.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got that the post-Evo motivation. We have everyone grinding the game out, going in, trying different characters out, exploring more because it opens your eyes, especially when you go up against some of the world's finest and get a bigger understanding of things. Speaking of understanding, I like this.
Ooh,
Zombies like,
kill, though, right?
we're going to keep this up a little longer. We're just going to make this match just a smidge more. We're not over yet. We're not going to get just a clean 2-0. Shubu's not going to get put in winners finals just like that, but 6.
Zombie, as a Cagliostro player, demonstrates mastery of the hit and run and the air movement game, air approach, fleeing. And then Zombie on the ground with 6 also has the hit and run down pat. It's the same kind of strategy where, because of Zombie's understanding of risk reward, he knows when to mash. And even off that clash, you can see finding the right 2L button immediately, and this is a full combo pickup in the corner. Building so much meter now, a rushdown could be available for offensive conversion potential regardless of cooldown status, which is really the biggest change in this game's life. So many characters got so much better specifically because of rushdown, and honestly, some characters didn't benefit as much.
Yeah, but it's so cool to see mechanics get put like that, and anything system-wise, it's only gonna be the best for some people, and there's some opportunities for it. But
it's perfect, right? It changes things up in it's such a uniform way, and they only needed to add the universal mechanics. No individual character changes.
Finish it! Look at that! Using the power of literally the fastest character in the game. You see it in this Super Skybound art. You just see it normally. There is just so hard to keep 6 off you. This cat. It's always just scratching at your ankles. You try to run in the bathroom, putting the paw under the door. You just no way to get comfortable out here. But Shubu's just like, you know what?
Zoomies.
Uno is the number one of these Granblue Eternals, these strongest warriors. So we're gonna see why you're number one here.
Regardless of what Pringle's connotations are in the FGC, shout outs to Yipes. I think this Shubu has full faith in the Pringles looking man. Anre. Obviously, it's only first to 2, so it's winner's bracket / winner's side life at this time.
Yeah, look at
nice crouching link.
Yeah, Zombie's just got all this good feeling on it, and it's really just pushing. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be huge! Everything is just I love these calls from Shubu, just a little bit of pressure, but it's still
with SSPA here for a combo. Any next strike could kill, so that's why Zombie comfortably takes the throw. Zombie could probably still survive another throw, but still takes it anyway.
Yeah, again, this is such a close match, and expected between 2 of the finalists in the West Coast. But Shubu with that match point, and again, just showing that the playing 6 so much, and I think it's predicated how strong his offense can be. So playing a character that's more defensive, like the Anre, or what I call it in the parry, gonna get all this, and it's just really fun to watch a style develop from Shubu, just from having to change a little bit, but also watching them really draw the character's potential with their own style. And now we're just gonna finish this here. Oh my gosh! Speaking of Pringles, open up a big win.
No damage.
EX, no Desu, but
that's a hard comeback to make. But Overdrive at least makes you unchippable, and Anre certainly does apply a lot of. Wow, counters the first one.
Oh, well, I like that. Yeah, it's a trade anything. So he might not want to get opened up like a can of Pringles, but Shubu finishes the job and wipes his hands clean of all the chip dust and all that. What a way to finish! And again, I love it because these are picks I weren't expecting, characters from each that were just going to be like, hey, let's see what we got here, and You know, I like that from Zombie, trying something different. It's like I'm not just a CAG
Yeah.
player. I got other
Even with the
things in my
different character
pocket.
picks,
It's
it
fun.
still goes 2-1, and the last round still goes the distance
Hmm.
to the extent that you know, I was on the edge of my seat, and I'm sure maybe the players weren't. Maybe they're more comfortable. Maybe they're better with their nerves than me, and that's why they chose the player path.
Yeah, that's why we're
I mean,
here. That's why
you
we're
put
here.
yourself through a lot
Ooh, we have the
going
bracket.
through a bracket path
What do you
like
think of that?
this. I think that I specifically like the next match being highlighted in pink right there. That's Have a Nice Day. And YJK. Now, what could that possibly stand for? I
Oh.
don't know. But there's surely a competent player behind that, and Have a Nice Day with Charlotta. Always have, I've always enjoyed that phrase coming from the tag of a player that possibly ruins your day. The ironic potential has actually, I've been victim to it many times online. I'm not gonna lie.
It's very polite, you know. It's just someone
Yeah.
who's just there, making sure you're just gonna have a good one, no matter what they do to you. In game, it's gonna be just a nice day. You know, just step away from your stick or your pad. You know, walk around a little bit. You'll be all right. Have a nice one.
Unless it's already nighttime, you lost at 10 p.m., and there's no more time left to have a nice day, and now your night is just ruined.
Nah, it's okay. You can stay up a little bit longer. Just stay up 1 hour. Never go to bed salty.
Yeah, never.
So have a
And
nice
that doesn't
day.
mean go and win a match either. That means find something else to do.
Oh, this is have a bad day. This ain't have a nice day. We got the Beelzebub. So this is like, no, you're not. This is the opposite of Charlotta. We're not here for you to have a good time. We're here to run you down with the
Not
Lord.
noble. Yeah, this is evil intentions. Lancelot with his flower blades, on the other hand, surely only heroic intentions, maybe even romantic.
No, it's just definitely
Black flies.
trying to show have a nice day, the path of peace, but get a little violent. That's going to be what you see here, because again, Lancelot's such a fun character. Again, like I saw, like 6 being a quick one, but before that, it was all Lancelot with just so many cool, like tricky tools to move around. Beelzebub, though, is also fun. Has like some cool movement things that are there, but notably like a character that's just strong at most ranges. Ooh, piercing with the drill of darkness.
One of the defining movement tools of Beelzebub, of course, that teleport. And it honestly synergizes really well on his own wake up with his DP. It can help him exit the corner, right? Having to make people choose between baiting one or the other. And of course, there's options to work around both, but there's even more options for Beelzebub to introduce. It makes him really hard to pin down. Lancelot similarly has a tricky pseudo reversal with EX Turbulence, H Turbulence. And it allows him to possibly get like a ridiculously rewarding counter hit damage follow-up if you meaty him. So it's honestly pretty threatening.
Yeah.
Blockstring continues off of the black hole. That's called Karma. And Karmic Retribution is in store for you if you get hit by that thing under any circumstances. Always a close H Beelzebub combo.
I think let's look at having that day just all solid. All these safe jumps, all these big jump ins, catching all this damage, and just playing so clean. Like, and you see, that's the advent of, oh my gosh, even calling out the turbulence. And that's just a part of just being able to play all those matches in the ladder. Seeing just super sharp on this Beelzebub, playing extremely well, making it so YJK is the one that's got to push it, but instead gets pushed in as Have a Nice Day, looking just super good with this character that can zone, can disrespect, can fly around. It's just, you're so worried about some of those options. You see there, like neutral jump, little things like that, just make you have to worry so hard. But I do
pushing up daisies, right? What are the flowers? Can someone identify me any botanists in the chat? Sunflowers, dandelions? I feel like I should.
They look dandy. They look quite dandy. And it's definitely gonna be.
Yeah. Anything would look dandy on Lancelot.
Again, that's just we talked about it last time, and there's every character in this game is just a pretty person, pretty and/or handsome. There's no other way around it. And even after getting sliced up, even if they're getting sliced up, even if they're getting dashed around, they stay pretty and they keep it moving.
Yeah, they don't take battle damage, do they?
6 does when the mask breaks, but then it's just like, oh, guess what? Now you can see the handsome person under the mask, so it's just like it's a win-win.
YJK finally got a nice win-win on that round. It was actually just one win, excuse me. But I was going to say that off that far H from the 2H anti-air, Super was definitely there. YJK was in overdrive. I feel like giving any opponent any more chances to live in this game is just too dangerous, because If it just barely didn't kill them, they might have SSBA, might have Overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of comeback chances actually Overdrive provides, especially with the anti-chip benefits.
Yeah.
Allows you to play very defensively.
But I like it's like well balanced comeback
Absolutely.
tools. It's just like, hey, this is something that it is really strong. It is really strong. So I say well balanced, like in the sense of like it just doesn't automatically give you a turnaround or a big lead, but it can let you play for it as long as you play well with it. Because you can, like, you hit a person who's an overdrive, they lose overdrive, so it's like checks and balances.
Yeah,
Speaking
exactly.
of checks, nice grab, just not checking the no tech. Have a nice day. Just wants to say hello to Shubu and tell them have a nice night in Winners Finals. But watch you get going around, they can definitely win a game. And with the slidey, finding those ankles, blessing them up, can be anyone's game here.
With punish with dive kick, always gets great corner carry on that, does Beelzebub, and he can sustain the corner with black flies. YJK though with some crafty air movement got over to the other side, and from a throw now, this is a looping knockdown. You can get a meaty possible double overhead. Instead it was one overhead then a low. That is why Have a Nice Day got mixed up once again. The day just went from nice to neutral for them. They're at a neutral temperament. The score neutralizes at 1-1.
Yeah, I like that. Again, just bringing it back. And that's what you're going to see from these, the 4 players who are in this winner side. It's the best in the West. And it's going to give us excellent matches all throughout. So just, you're seeing just great reactions. You're seeing combo choices, all these little things. Oh my goodness, this pressure. Beelzebub just can't get out. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to get out. You're going to get in. I love that. Drawing into the corner. And then we get these punishes on these turbulence. Even the sky isn't safe from the Lord of the Flies.
You don't see air-to-airs like that very often in Granblue Fantasy Versus. People stay pretty grounded in this game and just answer from the ground. And to get a full combo from it like Beelzebub just did, that's quite unique to him.
Mm-hmm. Just having an air special in general, right?
Yeah,
you don't see that a lot, but it's an interesting thing because, again, like, that's how the game is balanced. Everyone has 4 specials. You see those 4 cooldowns in the health bar. But then some of these specials can be used in the air, and they double as the ones on the ground. So you have access to, like, really good tools when you want to use stuff like that. But it's so strong. There's no reason not to. You can see even those jumps. You see Have a Nice Day jump forward. You're going to have to guess, is this jump a unique attack, or is it going to be the jump unisonic? So Messy Getsies will help nobody.
Right. As soon as Beelzebub's in the air, it's a mix-up.
Oh, no good. Try to get cute with the command grab, but got stuffed. Stofers.
Yeah, it's definitely an invincible, unblockable grab, but I don't think Have a Nice Day was in range for it on Wake Up. YJK was pretty wise to get the punish immediately, comboing off the ice.
Oh, let's go.
Nice whip punish, but didn't fully commit after whip punishing Unisonic with far M. Plus spacing, and yet still YJK teleports. The slowness of the DP is so useful sometimes.
Oh, look at that ability, but look at the power of Far Heavy. But I like YJK. I want to bring this back. Let's take this to a last game. Let's take this to a final round. I want to see, I don't want to go to bed until like 2 a.m. Not really.
2 a.m. Central, yeah.
But, we'll see what happens. We saw a lot of 2-0s.
You cannot penetrate the flower defense.
Oh, anti-air
Lancelot, as he blocks, the flowers they reflect everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the wind.
Those are some mighty strong flowers. And Have a Nice Day is getting caught up in the vortex of trying to go for these reversals. YJK not having none of that. That's what I like to see too, is call out your opponent. Take that free damage. You want to go for this stuff? That's fine.
Granblue Fantasy Versus was one of the first games to participate in the trend of communicating with you so thoroughly. Look at all these goods, these invincibles, right? Mm-hmm. That's a kill for YJK.
All right, makes it through.
And a 2-1 victory. But along the way, there were so many counter hits, right? I think tightening up the frame traps was YJK's key adjustment on the path to victory there over Have a Nice Day. And the day continues. It'll continue on our lower losers side of the bracket. You have to lose to be there. However, you're still no doubt a winner for participating tonight, making it this far, and obviously winning some money in the process.
$8. No matter what, you're guaranteed $8. So all hard work, it's paid off. It's too good. It's $8 whole dollars. You split that in 2. It's 4 and 4. You go to Wendy's, you get 2 whole meals. It's wonderful.
Legal tender.
I'm telling you,
guaranteed.
It's one of those things, and and here you just playing online and just. Fighting games pay off little by little, so just keep. We
would have been doing it anyway, right?
But man, those were some fun matches. Again, not surprised to see those 4 who were in the winner side. When look at the bracket here, so Zombie and Shubu taking that set. and then have a nice day in YJK. So Chubu and YJK is going to be that winners finals, which will be a 3 out of 5. But then losers
Now,
side, we got a few folks
yes.
who are, some of them familiar, some of them not. So we got Alande and Derricks, and then Senpapi and Yatsuken. So these are the final 4 that got enough good win ratio in the ladder to at least qualify for the losers bracket. Minimum prizes, but chance to grow that with a win.
Yeah, and a chance to claw their way through the losers gauntlet. I mean, starting from this position in a top 8 usually creates some of the most legendary runs that we get to witness in the course of top 8s or of tournaments in general. The winners finals path, wow, that is many less matches, much easier. So I think you definitely want to, like, while you're going through top 8, just take it one step at a time. Don't think about every match that is waiting for you. Don't start writing the headlines in advance about winning a match you haven't won yet, right? You got to take it one step at a time, but it can be exhausting. Take your breath, take your time at character select, return to the ship.
Well, look,
we'll see what happens.
I talk about it's a ladder to do this, but we're still on the ladder. You're still climbing up to get to the top of the bracket now. So we went from one ladder to the other. Snake Eater is playing in the background. You got 10 minutes to climb all the way through. And of course, what I love to see too is just unique character picks. Any top 8 that already has 6 unique characters, and we saw some character switches too. Jita, the Evo champion character from Ganada, who did such a great job with her, showing her full potential. Then you got UL, the Foxy Fox girl, who's just she's another fun character, one of those later DLCs. Has a really fun stance. Well, definitely a problem early on. It definitely got toned down. Little Fox girl discrimination, but she's still super fun. And here's that Super Skybound art spin on him.
Yeah, and this is off of her Far H, which is one of the most hit confirmable buttons in the game, right? You get 2 hits to react with. Makes it really easy to get a super. So the character just loves being in. You can see she has tons of multi-hit normals that do make those confirms a great deal easier. So frame trapping to your mediums and your heavies has specifically high and consistent reward for UL. And once she has a knockdown on you, she can just install a nice little stance, right, and start overheading you and actually mixing you in a way that no other character does in this game. It's pretty aggressive and hard to deal with.
Yeah, she definitely flies that good pressure, but Jita with these really great buttons. On the back of, we talk about Evo win, right? She's got great corner carry, really solid damage. The spacing is great, and the punish is even greater with the golden perfect. The emblem has been achieved as Alande answers back, saying, "Hold up, you won that round on a big comeback, but let me show you who is the queen here."
And then there's another whip punish from Alande, straight off the back of the previous one that won the round. Another far M to start the round. It inspires you with such confidence to get early whiff punishes like that. Makes you feel like a superior fighting game player no matter how you got it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Almost got one right there with that 2M poke, and then Alande steals a turn with DP.
Things like that that's the kind of call-outs I'm all about. Speaking of call-outs, no flippy flip, no stakes for you, and here comes just Alande just showcasing the strength of him and on top of this character, where it's just the Fox girl stuck in the corner. Vorpal Blade comes out, and it's just, this is your home now, Foxy. You're going to take this damage, and we're going to try to wrap this up with a bow, just like her tail, and just get this over with.
Full technical input on the dance super. Thunder God dance equivalent.
She hits that Super Saiyan Blue. It's great. She got that power up. Yeah. She has a little Saiyan blood in her, She starts out Super Saiyan with the blonde hair.
Yeah, which one is that? SSJ4?
Well, that'd be a little more red and black hair.
I see. Right. Maybe 2. Yeah, that's it, 2.
So Derek's trying to answer back. And I love this character, UL. She's so tricky. She's just here to have a good time.
But look at Alande reading the forward movement from UL, right? She's always going to be moving forward. She's offensive. She's rushing you down. Getting out of the corner with a simple forward jump, that's the best thing you can get away with.
Meaty overdrive. Every fighting game has a mechanic called overdrive, and it's different in every game.
Haha. That's true.
And Alande is showing you this is the power of my overdrive popping off. But, here we go. This is what we saw Derek's win that first round of game 1. Just finding that confirm, getting the Skybound Dart and sealing the deal and just keeping it competitive. That's what I love to see. Let's keep it competitive.
Ooh, can't compete with invincibility frames. That's G to DP. Actually, you can compete because UL has one as well. In fact, she not only has invincible DP, but she has invincible backstep like you just saw. And Alande saw that invincible backstep coming, punished it on the way in from the attack. Of course, after dodging an attack, the UL player, Derek's, was like, ooh, this is an opportunity to get a whiff punish. Oh, wait, nothing whiffed. I'm getting punished.
Oh, everything's whiffing. And this is just Alande showcasing the strength. Because, this is a player that did really well on the ladder, so it's going to be really great. Both these players. It's just not well enough to get into winner's side, but that's why you see they're all stalwart. And here are the wonderful roommates fighting once again, putting on a little pose. Roommates, quotation marks.
Oh, counter hit overhead. I was going to say it's that kind of threatening life range where after a throw, Alande would probably be chippable. That's the kind of range where people might just be squirming, pressing buttons, or hecking on anticipation instead of reaction. And yeah, something got counter hit big time. Derek takes that game, ties up the set. Another competitive set going the distance.
It's going to be a good one between both players. We just keep this so fast paced. That's what I love to see in a tournament. You got to see players. They start warming up. They start getting the player matchup more than the character matchup, so they start playing a little faster, maybe a little more disrespectful. Like you see there, oh, you want to get in my face? No, don't forget, I got an uppercut. I ain't afraid to use it. I also got a sweep too. And this is Alande missing a corner combo, but look at that, beautiful, well done.
It picks it right back up. I think the pace, the match flow there from Alande was perfect. The knowledge, right, was that Rekka would land the opponent right in the corner where the next combo into super would kill them regardless. So you make the most of the corner carry of the situation, create the most threatening possible circumstances, and as long as you can confirm a hit, they're dead. And of course, spot dodging DP, not so reliable against Jita, who charges her fireballs. I meant to say fireball. Ooh, random counter hit.
That's like one of the best turrets in the game. Everyone's got a universal overhead. People be Stantec and people be trying to not get grabbed. Oh my gosh! Now Derek's is just feeling it. It's like I have to popping off, and just that's my kind of favorite DPs. The DPs that are just like I am minus. No, you're minus.
Right. And it cornered Alande, but Alande found a run-up super jump to get out. Often, I think Derek's and UL players in general, they can struggle with the anti-air angle. For cross-ups in particular, and there's full corner carry from the Rekkas.
Oh, the fear!
A throwable kill now for sure.
All right, this is actually pretty good for Derek's. I like this. Any one little thing can really make it count. It's just how do you go about getting that one hit that'll save the day? You don't.
Yeah.
The pressure on it, where it's like this lady, her sword, Dita's sword, is longer than you think it is. She got some reach on her, and that definitely
no
closed it
day
out for
to be saved.
Yeah, it's just tough because like a lot of it comes down to these buttons as players are really like you saw that rush combo, and that's so strong with characters like Jita that just have this good pokes that you can cancel because this game is enabling that kind of thing now, and it makes it tough because those whiffs like you mentioned, whiff punishing is so much more rewarding, and it just like it puts anime footsies through the roof.
Jita Far M don't miss, and actually, what's even more special is that EX Rekka, H Rekka afterwards doesn't miss either. It always reaches. It will give her the full screen corner carry or wall bounce if she's close enough that she desires, and the player will feel so superior having whiff punished you. There's really no greater victory. The Belial players, right? Even Percy. There's just a lot of dominant whiff punish based characters in this game. It is a footsie game. I don't know if people need to call it Anime Street Fighter or anything. We don't have to toss any buzzwords around, but it's all about the ground game in this game for sure.
Yeah, no, it lets you do a lot, and as grounded as it may be, you get a lot of high flying characters. You get a lot of fun, so it is one of these fun little things of just, oh man, some characters let you ooze your own fighting style to make it happen, and we're gonna see that in our next match with Senpapi and Yatsukin. So we got another Belial. We saw Belial do the thing. Belial definitely did the thing on the East Coast.
Yeah, Kilo did the thing.
So we'll see if Yatsukin can do it with their with theirs. But we get a Veer too, so this is another fun character. I like Veer so much. I think she's like one of the most popular characters right now. You hop on NetPlay and it's like there's just so many of her. She's just this violent monster that has such a cool tool set. I love what they did, right? You get a character that has a whole new mode that she can activate once she hits a super. I guess it's like off a command grab, off an unblockable, and she activates the ability to play basically a different anime game, having like
Yeah,
air
she gets
dashes,
that air
hops,
movement. Yeah.
and all this fun stuff. So, oh my gosh, I like that from Yatsukin. So we're seeing already off the bat, just like, hey, your turn? No, it's still my turn.
If you get an opponent desperate enough to start trying to dodge command grabs from Vera early in a round, and they just start taking her full combo damage, which isn't even lacking in the corner when she is outside of install, and of course is through the roof when she is in install, it's already, the battle is won as soon as they're afraid. So really inflicting that first one is so key, but even if you don't, eventually you arrive at 100 meter and you can always install it yourself.
Yeah, it's cool. Like again, there's just the design of it. There's just so many little tools here that she can do to enable herself to be on full power mode. But
Oh
you
yeah,
know what? Who doesn't need that? Belial. He doesn't need any install. Just
he stays
run in you with that crouching M, this low attack that's advantage on block, combos on counter hit to like far heavy, and just is a menace. Is a menace. Far heavy being cancelable the first hit into the pinwheel just to put you under. Like, you are not safe at any rage or any under pressure, even from full screen, man.
Hey, don't forget, if that 2M makes contact, even without counter hit, it'll still link to that 5-frame 2L, one of the most privileged buttons in the game. That itself links into his far L, so he's just always picking up combos very reliably. That's also thanks in part to the design of his specials. EX Asimodeus being safe on block, combo on hit, good damage from mid-screen.
No, I was expecting just to grab to get them, but big damage. I mean, Half-Life damage is pretty good, I won't lie.
Yeah, not a bad option to go with the full damage opportunity, right? And if now Senpapi is the super, so the next hit confirm can create the install state regardless. Now that might not be the choice if killing is an option.
I think killing is definitely an option for Yatsukin right now.
Yet. No way, not yet.
Okay, didn't want to go for. Oh, didn't have enough meter for it. Yeah. But okay, advantage after a blocked rush. Yeah, and rush is cool because again, this is the new mechanic. It's scary because it doesn't go through projectiles, but it will beat out normals after startup. It'll be advantage on block, and you're just like scared because Virino has no projectiles. She can call out her little fairy friend, but it doesn't matter. It's not gonna be able to blow. You're not gonna be able to set that up while the blue stuff's coming at you.
Right. So sometimes people still just spot dodge anyway, right? Senpapi could have been trying to spot dodge a far H from Belial, which is a pretty reliable button for them to be pressing, especially when the EX Fireball, aka Goisha, from Belial is available. And I like to distinguish Belial's projectile from others by using its full name, Goisha, because it truly is a different move. He tosses the pinwheel, he can summon it back to him at different angles, upwards, towards him, or just get a nice, very active pinwheel to lay on front of you. And that is, it's one of the most powerful moves in the game, on hit or on block. And its quick and efficient use is part of the recipe for victory over there for Yatsukin, 2-0 over Senpapi.
Quick and efficient is
so
right.
So quick, right? I could hardly finish talking about Belial.
Well, there's so much to say about, the big bad daddy of Granblue. So that character you will see in every top 8 in some way, shape, or form. So you cannot be surprised when he enjoys the spotlight. If Belial was a character, an actual person, they'd be social media influencer. They'd be on stage at all time. They'd be taking my job. They'd be commentating while they're playing and beating everybody. So it's just the kind of monster that comes out of Granblue, but really still good stuff to Senpapi, who gets.
I think CLG would probably sponsor Belial. Seems like as long as you can keep it,
maybe not clean on stream. Enough. I don't know. I don't know if that is. We'll see. But
you made a good case for him in the content creator package, right? Streaming, competing, playing, always winning. I mean, Yatsukin still has a tall order ahead of them with Zombie waiting right there with either Percival, Cagliostro, or who knows what else. But first, we have to determine the victor between Have a Nice Day and Alad. And at this point in the bracket, we are no longer being introduced to new players. We are familiar with Alad, with a fantastic performance with Jita earlier, really exemplary. We were talking about how strong the character is the whole time they were piloting them. That was Jita 5M whiff punishes, really the tail of the tape. And Have a Nice Day, who was introduced by me misleadingly as a Charlotta player, wishing people a nice day with the Beelzebub, an evil character, no doubt, and going up against protagonist Jita, protagonist Jita. Oh, it's 6. My character reads are all wrong.
That's it. Everyone's got a surprise for you, and that's what this is what it's about. It's about everyone just having a good time, picking the good stuff, because this is essentially just what we saw. We've seen these two characters already.
Yeah,
but
that was
from two different exact players.
And Zombie.
From two different players. So I love seeing it, because that's just like, well, I don't want to be playing this character against that character. I want to use the movement from 6. I want to use these big buttons from Percival. I want to be the most handsome man.
Yeah,
which one I'm talking about? Who knows? They could be either one. Granblue.
I would take a guess that the most handsome character is the one who's not wearing the mask over their face. Percival, oh yeah, I think he knows he's sexy when he lands the command grab. And this is English Percy, right? Doesn't need that more stoic sounding, deeper Japanese voice. This man, when he's winning, he says, "Feel yourself."
He's telling you what to do. It's motivation. Yeah. I like it. Great motivational
He likes
speaker.
when you pop off with him.
Mm-hmm. But again, this is so close, and that's again these players who are really good. I mean, I know Have a Nice Day lost their first match up there on the winner's side, but we're seeing a lot of who's mastery of multiple characters and good ones too. It's not just picking stuff that you feel like good playing, but you're picking good stuff that you'll feel good playing. So that's what I'm all about.
Have a Nice Day is very committed to the strike with EX Lord Strike low every time strategy. It's unreactable, very fast, basically full screen low option, safe on block as well. Oh, and look at this super animation. You can see that funny mask on this particular 6. So adorable.
Always keep your opponents. Always think you got to keep your opponents guessing. If they don't know where if they can't tell what you're gonna do, then you got it.
Yeah, you reveal nothing with your face.
Mm-hmm.
Give nothing away. Oh, spot touching the mocked.
So that was
making it look like an overextension the first time it comes out.
Yeah, because you mentioned the Lord Strike low being like the prevalent one, but trying to go for a different option finally. But a lot of it already 100% just waiting in the wings. But you know what? Percival doesn't care. Except he has to care, because look at that. EX parry. All these EX moves. There is not a single bad EX move in this character's toolkit. Like that's a good character right there.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll even EX stock up with Percy. It's the right choice sometimes. Sometimes you gotta liquidate all your assets on the market and in one hit confirm. It's this one's not going to do it for a lot, but Have a Nice Day has actually a chance to kill in one hit here too with Percy. One stock is all he needs. And the overdrive certainly provides the damage buff and a little bit of that's a kill. And even with only picking up off of light from that counter hit mock, Alad was dead in so many different ways. That's Percival's best starter.
Oh yeah, you just saw the cash out there, and that's just that. I love this game because you're never out. You don't get in a bad position, especially with overdrive, things like that. It's just there is always an opportunity, even when you're getting smoked right now. But all you gotta do is bust out once, and he rushed down, then he punished, and now look at this, bringing this back. Have a Nice Day, wanting to have a nice day himself.
Yeah. The whiff punish on the parry is something you so rarely see, and it sends a reverberating message when you choose to do it with something like Percival, Lord Strike H. That's a coming up for a kill. Have a nice day. Sharing his nice day with me. Thank you so much.
Have just a most wonderful one. It's always a nice day when Percival wins. Yeah. I remember, again, at EVO, we saw Percival gracing the big screen there, and I saw Pokimane, who was in attendance, and I was like, what do you think? I'm glad you enjoyed Granblue. She was like, oh my gosh, why are these characters all so beautiful? I'm like, it's just Granblue.
Struggle.
That's Granblue, baby.
How do I pick a main when my eyes are too confused by the amount of options I have at character select? Mm-hmm. And also, have a nice day with a great kind of ice-themed Percival using this white and blue costume.
Have an
color 2
ice
sword.
Day?
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
Cool off, yeah. I'm going to get the Mr. Freeze puns from Batman.
Oh my god, the whole time it was actually have an ice day. Grammatically, it makes sense
Yeah,
too.
is what you're seeing here. Those are, the cooling flames on the sword. It's very, very freezy. Nice peasy. Getting insy. And this is Have a Nice Day just showing that mastery of multicast. And you're getting that from a lot of players. So Zombie picking 2 new characters. You're seeing Have a Nice Day showcasing the big group of characters he's got on deck.
And even in the first to 2 sets, people still testing all their different weapons, even without the freedom of the 3 out of 5 to switch back if you so choose, or if you can't feel like you can fully commit. But I think there's a degree of experimentation being enjoyed here regardless, right? People know they're going to run it again next Thursday, so pick whoever you want, see what the matchup's like.
For a different game. Next Thursday, again, the different games get thrown around, so it's one of those things.
That's true.
Yeah, unique thing about Thursdays.
I guess I mean, yeah, well, Granblue community, there's always going to be another event where you're running into the same top players, right?
Just want to make sure, everyone knows we are always mixing it up here. Kind of Logic Gaming always showing a lot of love for all the communities, and allowed just wanting to show love too, sticking close in that nice close range. Give me a kiss. Have a nice day. Let me show you what I can do up here with the side dodge, but no punish on overdrive. Overdrive is punishable on whiff like that, but allow with a good read. But at least being able to maintain pressure.
Yeah, I think there's kind of an obsession about spot dodging overdrive from close range. You have to do that in advance, though. From further out, just actually walking away from it, you do see some players punish it that way. And it tends to be just as rewarding and a little bit easier.
Speaking of rewards, I love that. It's again, you think you have the right read on it, but just 6 goes off the wall, just light hop. Have a Nice Day's reactions betraying him, and now we're all 1-1. It's just this kitty cat just is so hard to pin down. 6 will not, does not want to come to you just like that.
I'm trying to think. So we got Cat Boys. We have Eustace. What is he? He's a Fox Boy.
Yeah, he's a
Fox Girls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this game actually has everything. It's missing nothing.
We got potatoes.
Yep.
We got the handsome Lord Knights and everything in between.
Yes. Handsome Lord Knight / Dragon Knight.
Right, overdrive, activate. But I love it. It's this is so powerful, but then you get hit and you just all of a sudden your meter's just disappearing. Overdrive is only so good as long as you don't get grabbed or opened up. And look at this, allowed. Just turning it up to 11.
You have no time to react to specifically 6's run speed even after a light. There's not even enough pushback for you to notice him running back into throw range and throwing you. It happens almost instantly. He's one of the only characters in the game where you see just landing regular throw after regular throw, especially once 6 corners you. That kind of clone into throw mix-up is so devastating. I see people take multiple in a row, and I can't help but feel for them, but I sympathize and I empathize. It's happened to me.
Hey, this game embodies that take the throw mentality we've seen in the FGC. Yeah. And it's scary too, because this game is you even tech a throw, you still take chip damage if you do it late. So it's there's no winning. You're not an advantage even. So you're lose even if you got a tech. But speaking of win-win, allowed. I love it. Get in there. Put that undue pressure, because now Have a Nice Day is just I'm having a bad day. This is no good.
Offensive overdrive. And
that'll do.
That little bit of damage the overdrive does is so useful too. That actually put Have a Nice Day into a range of life where the throw was guaranteed to kill, where I don't think it would have previously. So that was very well calculated from Alod. One of many great calculations made on a fully undefeated losers bracket path so far through this top 8 for them. So that there's some heat steaming up there, confidence building for that run through losers. Be sure to turn on your fan in your room, relax for a little bit, drink some water, breathe easy. Because now you have the luxury of watching your potential next opponents duke it out. You can take a look at this bracket, so you can get nice and prepped. This is all for you, Alon. I hope you're listening.
I get nice. I love it. It's just you never know who is going to really make that climb up the eternal ladder of Running Thursdays. And it's just, every player is just showing out, and it's been fantastic. And I hope we keep getting new characters. I hope we keep getting switch ups and different matchups, because we're getting almost running the gamut. Like, I don't even know what to expect from Zombie at this point. Like, try 2 characters in Winter Side against Yatsukin, aka Rice Boy. A lot of good options here, and Zombie is like, well, you know, I got top 8 for Evo at a reason. I got the Evo medal. I'm not just gonna go 0-2 in this top 8, but I mean, we'll see what happens. You know,
I don't know if pride is on the line for Zombie. I feel like the experimentation is number one asset, but you know, prize money.
There's always, money. You don't want to bust her out. Even, you know, it's good to practice, but at the same time, you don't want to be that guy that's just like, right. Shoot. After all that, all I got was $14 or so. Oh yeah, mirror match. Oh yeah.
Zombie values the mirror match, whether it's an ego check or to see to simply have absolutely equal ground and believe you can play the game better. And almost a true mirror match, both of them also wearing the shades. Zombie strikes first, both with the H projectile and a 2H anti-air. Yatsukin did no jump-in button, so it wasn't a counter-hit anti-air. It's the lower commitment jump movement option. And how about a 2U for a 2U on the whiff punish?
I can't even say Belial and the cooler Belial, because they're both just looking cool. With the wraparound sunglasses, the aviators, like this. It's so funny how this game is, where every character has like unique weapons, but Belial is just like, hey, check out these shades.
Yeah,
I'm just a cool guy.
His legs will always go as far as swords, as other characters' swords or weapons. His far H, even just with his arms, will go for... Look, there's the far H being used for its range and speed in that counter hit pickup off 2M.
Overdrive. Man. I wasn't expecting the mirror match. I wasn't expecting double Belials to grace our screen here, but, you know, all for it. Again, Zombie's doing his own thing, playing a game of just picking all these various characters to represent here, and you know, Yatsukin is really turning it up, saying this is my guy. Hands off my pretty boy, all right?
You get to learn twice as fast in a mirror match. It's really like one of the most valuable sets you can have, and I think you should try to take it absolutely seriously. A lot of people, just to avoid the mirror match, they pick up pockets for it. Is it because the ego's on the line? I don't know. But it's perfectly even.
It's 5-5?
Yeah.
It's 5-5. This is as even Stevens as it gets. This is just, you have the tools, but how well do you know? Well, I would say how well do you know how to use a make it your own character, but the thing about Belial is because he has that super fast 5-frame crouching attack, he's like the only character that can consistently punish himself, because that 2-hit far heavy is like negative enough, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's incredible. There's a lot of interesting fighting game circumstances where a character is just best at punishing one aspect of themselves. Belial's no exception because of his 2L confirms. Uniquely available to him. Very useful also for checking EX Asmodeus on block, where a lot of Belials will block backwards and look for whiff punishes with far H. Belial 2L is so quick and active in this situation, it can be very useful to press on defense or to mash with. It works either way.
Speaking of mashes,
mashing that spot dodge.
We see overdrive. I'm gonna see overdrive. I think some point from Yatsukin.
Zombie looking to frame trap an overhead.
I like that. Have the advantage. Go into the anti-chip mode, because you would take more chip damage if your opponent is in overdrive. So let's put a nix on that. Oh, Jahako Tenshin.
Yeah,
sorry, this is not Blaze Move. My apologies. But the part is good, and it's a beautiful kick, extra point for Zombie.
Galactic punt, if I've ever seen one. And especially Galactic, it had that overdrive damage buff, 10%, negating Yatsukin's 10% overdrive life buff, kind of restoring it to neutral damage. Pretty interesting exchange. Also done with the quick input. Maybe you've noticed my t-shirt tonight, a bunch of old fighting game inputs from games with novelty mechanics, 360s and half circles and DP motion. We don't need to do all that.
We're playing Patty Cake. That quick game of Patty Cake got snuffed out real fast, but
yeah,
not surprised from both of these Belial players just hanging out, playing quick games, and it's again, mirror match is what we're getting, because it's just so even with both of these. It's great.
It's very important to take notice of where you land due to pushback after rushdown is blocked. And Belial being in range of his own 2M allows his frame trap to continue off of rushdown, guaranteed every time. So often when there's not an EX Asmodeus or EX Goetia cooldown available, they'll choose to just use rushdown to guaranteed get in and use the block string to build more cooldown time back while also building up their own meters.
Yeah, it's just that's a character, the power of having a long combo in this game, having good corner carry and all that mess. And Zombies like, yep,
Right on the
you
same
think you're
page.
safe from me? You think you just have to deal with the CAG? No, you're dealing with the whole squad. It's been nothing but banger character after banger character. You saw the Percival who's strong. You saw Belial just now who's strong. You saw the Six who's strong. Like this is Zombie saying, what if I believed I'm gonna bring out that tier list. He's gonna bring out that tier list, going through the rows, unordered by the way, and just bringing out the best of them. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see the zombie practicing what the tier list preaches, right? So far we've seen Percival, Six, and Belial. Six not in zombies current top tier area, but Belial and Percival certainly up there. And just to see somebody following the most ancient sage advice in the FGC, a phrase so what's the word? Magnanimous? I don't know. I think that's made up, but pick a top tier. You know what it is. We all know it.
It is a saying and a phrase that has been reverberated for decades upon the fighting game community. To go, why are you making it hard on yourself? Win the battle at character select.
So many
Win.
weapons to choose from, right? You gotta just like often I have the most respect for the player that most regularly reinforces why a character is considered to be strong. Even no matter how many times we have to be taught this lesson, like the old men that we are, forgetful that we are, just having it reaffirmed in the same way, it's honestly, it allows me to like develop a relationship with the character by watching them. Sometimes with jealousy, sometimes with fascination, maybe disgust if they beat one of my favorite players or characters or something. But at the end of it, it's the top tiers that we remember the voice lines of because we see them so much. They just become more iconic.
Yeah, you can learn all about all the awesome characters, good or not, after during our quick break. But we'll be back with more Granblue action here at Run It Thursdays. Thank you again to CLG for putting this on, but look forward to more, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all. We're finished with our quick pit stop, and we're taking them back to the skies here at Run It Thursdays with more Granblue Fantasy Versus. It has been just a stellar event so far, featuring the West Coast Elite Eight. But we've wound down that 8 to just a few left, and myself and Monkey Business have been showing you all the business of these great matches. Have you been enjoying yourself, my man?
I have, of course, when the Run It Thursdays ship makes a pit stop in a Granblue Fantasy Versus tournament. It is also in the sky. Don't worry. The ship just floats in place. Everybody ran their bio breaks, got their water, and our players got a nice breather. And they deserve it because it's top 4 action for them. These are the highest stakes matches in the realm of consequence, the realm of placement, payout, the order of the top 8 in the Twitter posts. People, do they really read past 4 or 5? Of course they do, but maybe some people don't read it as quickly, right? So if your name's right at the top, that's guaranteed some attention. And we're doing it for the cloud more than anything. Cloud is the most significant currency that you see. Just kidding. It's a $200 prize specifically for the winner. And I'm sure they're vying to keep that. It's winners finals coming up, YJK versus Shuabu. So whoever wins this, they are in the best possible contention to win that 200 and the bragging rights of Run It Thursdays here at CLG. Shuabu and YJK, I don't know if I've ever seen them play, but that, and because of that, I don't know what characters they would pick going into each other.
There's no way to really predict this. Other things, like we know Shuabu as a 6 player normally, but you know what? We saw the Uno/Andre/ little gremlin grandpa come out with the spear and taking down Zombie, and then we saw YJK just running amok with a really good Lancelot. So I imagine YJK is going to stick to their guns and play the Lancelot, which is going to be a character that, great pressure, good movement, has like some tools to close the gap and skip neutral.
Stick to their guns or their flowers, right? Oh my God, that's an old man. There's no gun, there's no weapon, there's no sword. It's just his fists.
It's Shuabu with Sories, the muscle grandpa.
And I get
please stop praying for my grandpa. He's come too strong, and he's here in winners finals.
Every dash punch, I gotta hear.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of the muscle grandpa, look at that damage off that big counter hit. Sory's already rushing in the corner and just not letting Lancelot play the video game. Holy moly!
Shuabu flexed on him, and this was the original main for Shuabu, I recall, before 6 came out. A Sora's player.
Just look at how relentless. Look at this advantage. Look at just everything Shuabu's just putting out there, just wanting to go for a speedrun. I appreciate that.
Oh, flexed the whole sequence already at level 2 fist bumps. And do we remember what those do? They become a little bit more relevant of a life buff around levels 3, 4, up to 5. But for right now, already level 3. Okay. This old man, if you keep praying for him, he'll keep flexing on you. And, the old man having more life is nice, but really the issue for YJK was how quickly Lancelot's life was being lost. Frame trap after frame trap, right? Every special move that has a yellow flash on it, probably plus from Sora's. Especially be on the lookout of that EX eruption.
Yeah, there it is right there. There's opportunities. This is just a character, again, that just gets in. When he gets in, his one weakness is getting there. But once he gets in, stays in, cash out that damage, counts the pressure, and just does not stop. We're just seeing YJK just sitting there. He's been blocking pretty much like 80% of these matches, trying to just get any kind of thing in. But, Muscle Grandpa Sories does not care for like canned pressure. Little things like that just gets through. And even just the wake-up buttons. Just like, you know what, I'm not even going to let you pretend to have a chance here. Oh my gosh.
Votes.
Right,
Shuabu immediately challenging YJK's off the wall jump, knowing it was a little bit too high. Shuabu has that defensive experience. Roundhouse Fang, the long range 6-frame option. We gotta highlight that special from Sora's. It was too quick.
You can't highlight
this one 3 out of 5.
This is we hit the fast forward button real quick. This stream is actually at like 2 times speed right now, as Shuabu up 2 games. trying to create the fastest winners finals
Oh.
in Granblue history. Oh my goodness.
That high roundhouse fang anti-air was incredible from Shubu. Very practiced Sora is, honestly. Looks like he's still been maining him the whole time. Oh, YJK has to press some buttons after these dash punches, especially when they're not spaced so well. They're not plus. They can't really have their frame data manipulated too much by Needy, right? So gotta know when to challenge, otherwise he'll run you over like he has been.
My man ran up and showed up the chest. Like, let me just say it with my chest, full run up all the way in, just showing how little Shubu's here to play neutral. Doesn't believe in it. But okay, at least YJK lands a big hit. Opportunity with a combo and can get something started.
Double overhead, classic.
So I'm going to show Sori's the retirement home, but I don't know if Shubu's going to let that happen.
Good grief, he's naked!
Look, he's still wearing underwear. We'll be okay. Oh, punish that. Okay. Thank you. Tell this man to put his clothes back on real quick. We don't need to see any of that.
Look, that old man, he had the naked buff and the level 4 fist bumps. I think at level 5 there was a chance he might have survived that. I'm a little bit worried, you know? Shubu really stacks him up pretty more efficiently than the other Soras I've seen. And there was Shubu trying to steal a turn with Roundhouse Fang, the 6-frame special. YJK privy, though, to the Sora's offensive game. Just blocked it and punished it. That's always going to be the solution against EX Roundhouse Fang, which you really still have to look out for. If you block any of Sora's specials crouching, it alters the frame data by 1 frame, and then suddenly he's Roundhouse Fang counter-hitting you.
Little things, those little tricky things. Very specific to how these games are played. It's really smart to know, so good good information. And all right, here comes the
classic install.
Fujoshi Force. Oh,
you get a knockdown off this in naked mode.
It stings. Oh, the dunk! The man just came up in the sky and brought him back down to earth. You are much too young to be challenging me. Holy smokes!
I have to say,
I
think that is
party.
The first Sora's air throw I've ever seen. And it looked like that old man broke his own leg throwing Lancelot back down, the young whippersnapper playing around in the skies, trying to use turbulence as a reversal. And it was actually the classic since version 1 option select employed by Shubu with the Soras. Close light, hold up, press light again. If they're blocking or getting hit on the ground, auto combo comes out from the close light. If no contact is made, hold up, the jump takes you up, land an air throw. Such a great punish. And Shubu did it running forward with momentum. It was really impressive. The kind of impressive performance that is deserving and befitting of our winners side grand finals, poised to be champion Shubu.
Yeah.
We got to determine who the challenges are real quick, looking down at Alad and Zombie. We've seen Alad go undefeated and Zombie lost and then won to get here, starting from winner's side top 8.
But look, Shubu's in a great position because 2 out of 3 people who can face him in grand finals, he's defeated before. Yep. So that's like that power up where it's like, okay, well, if I gotta fight Zombie again, might not be too tricky. If I gotta fight YJK, we'll just bring up the grandpa. So there's all these answers, but Shubu gets to just chill out now, as that loser's bracket has to roll through.
Defeated before, but have to be still maybe cognizant of the fact that those were different character matchups and different choices of matchups at the start might bring out entirely different results.
Well, we'll see what results.
I think we'll pay respect to that, but we'll see. You know, they still have to be determined. So I make no guesses.
Again, throwing the dart at the top part of the zombie tier list.
Yeah. The top 3 section.
Just gonna and keeping it moving. We got 2 fantastically powerful characters facing off, and Zombie basically saying, hey, I won with the Belial last time, let's just keep that train moving.
It's Dark Zombie now, you know, losers bracket Zombie, maybe a Belial main, we'll see. Bored of Cagliostro? No way.
Not at all.
How could it be?
This is just Zombie saying, to beat the best, I gotta be like the best and pick their characters and make sure if you can win with them, you can play with them, you get that understanding, right? It's a way of really breaking down how you can play the character you prefer playing at a higher level when you're able to compete at a high level with the other parts of the cast. So,
I mean, yeah, if you're trying to compete with Jita normals, I think you might need Belial. You honestly might. They are S-class. And Alad is actually playing the Jita over here, right side of the screen. Really has cornered Zombie's Belial. And actually, Zombie just so desperately trying to make it out with a crossover jump, and patiently Alad waits for it and finds a perfect 2H counter hit anti-air and combos off it accordingly.
Yeah, nice round. And this is, we saw such a high-speed match at the beginning of our winners finals, and we're slowing it down just a smidge, just a freckle of a hair. But it is full speed ahead for Aloud, who is just relentless here. And that's a big part, right? You want to keep Zombie pressured in the corner. You want to just cash out this damage like no one's business. This is the Evo champ character. This is the, I won the biggest tournament in the world. Gamera inspiring all the generations. And we're going to get that quick Skybound art. And this is just a power up. This is going to be the second half of the year is going to be the year of Jita.
That was a combo drop outright from Zombie on the Belial. Usually when something like that happens, you can call it unfortunate, but I think it comes also with a degree of character and experience. People are just less likely to drop something with their true mains. Asimodeus was available instead of DP. Belial DP has always had that kind of tragically short range. You have to be using auto combos to get it to combo most of the time.
Yeah, even without the minute things, lessons to be learned as we're fighting on. But saying aloud, you gotta pick your best if you want to go up against me. And it's at the very least, Zombie's definitely fought enough Belials that he's gonna have a good grasp of it. You never know. It is scary facing down the barrel of the Jita blade.
Yeah, you talk about the blade like it's a shotgun, because it is.
Might as well be. It's always loaded.
Right. Although a little bit lacking in cooldowns right now. Jita with her Rekka special, it of course comes back very quickly, but it's 2 of her slots. You can see the furthest to the right and the down one are both that very valuable combo launcher, which arrived in time for that 2M poke, keeping Zombie cornered, and basically being a wall on the ground. 2M, 5M, occasional 2H anti-air. That'll be all you need.
Yeah,
you can just keep them contained.
Really good tools, like you mentioned, the buttons are good on its own, but then you have the safe cancel with the Vorpal blade with the Rekkas. You have Rush, which enables even more corner control, and just Zombie is just, that's gonna be the end of our Evo top 8 finalist of our hero Zombie, who is getting sent home at the 4th place.
Sent from their competitive gaming monitor to their chilling and relaxing with the homies, watching the rest of the event monitor. Possibly just one glance of the head over. It's not such a bad fate after all. You get to keep watching with the rest of us, hanging out, maybe spending a little bit more time in the chat, breathe easy. And, keep on making conjecture as you watch the rest of our top 3 about what characters to pick against them when the time comes, or against other players who play those same characters.
Reorganizing the tier list after the experience. Just move Belial down. No.
Just one notch.
Just No, I mean,
yeah.
It is all in good fun, but you don't get a supporter of the game and of the community. There's none much like Zombie, so all the props to him for really driving the scene and doing such a good job of it, representing it and making it so far today. But we're going to get down to our last 3, and losers finals is coming up. You see YJK and Aloud. It's going to be that we're going to see that Lancelot versus the Belial, the Vegeta. It's going to be a crazy match. It's Shubu's just sitting there, spinning the wheel, or maybe he's just looking at Zombie who do I pick next? Oh my god. Gotta do the thing.
Well,
let's go.
Yeah. Okay. How do we synchronize? Actually, maybe we should desynchronize.
We just do our best.
I think we got it. All right, I'm going to switch. I want to go like Loane now. He's going counterclockwise. Maybe I'd rather do pumped up on the ground here. I can point my webcam down. Yeah.
You can do emotes. You know how to do emotes in real life? Dang.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
My only
emotes I know
the faces than to do the push-up.
The only emotes I know in real life are commentate, eat, and sleep. I don't know any other ones. That's all I've unlocked so far, but I got to work harder to get to that level.
My commentate emote, my mouth is open. I'm drooling over the matches. Really, It's these loading screens that really get your blood pumping. The tension innate. They skip the intros. They want to get right into it. A lot of YJK losers finals territory. Winner has a shot to win the whole thing. The loser is just becomes the third highest placing loser.
So I wonder what happens here, though, right? We saw, again, Allowed hasn't lost a match in top 8, right? To get to qualify, obviously in the ladder, didn't have a better record as other people, but in here just has such a good one. But YJK, who also had a great record so far, and so he ran into Shuabu, and looking like a different animal right now, facing off against Vegeta.
So yeah, we cannot forget how quick that Sora's set versus YJK's Lancelot was in Winners Finals. Getting a chance to play here is already such a marked improvement.
Because if you're YJK, it's like, okay, I can do this. I can be Allowed, but then what do you do? How do you mentally reassess yourself versus a guy who smoked you, right? And it's always a tough part to lose 3-0. It's always tough, like having it be a quick one, right? So, even if this is fast, it's going to be always tough to make that calculated adjustment. But Allowed might just prevent that. Allowed might just say, we're not going to get a run back. We're not going to get the same repeats. We're going to check a new movie out here. Protagonist power with Vegeta, but it can go either way. This is a 3 out of 5 set. We saw like Winners Finals, and the action is intense with the swish, swish, swoosh.
Ooh, wow! Full respect from Allowed, staring at Lancelot as Lance almost crosses over to the corner on the other side. Look at that. Waiting on the anti-air was YJK, fully cognizant of Allowed's desperation, having been cornered for so long already. Rekka returns Allowed to the corner for what could be the last time. A throw won't quite kill yet, though. But with the chip damage, it could. Instead of the low, guaranteed kill. Great hit confirmable option.
He slices,
I always point out the throw won't kill because the strike obviously will, and YJK shows us.
And those dandelions got some sharp thorns on. I know dandelions aren't known for that, but these are some rare breed.
Yeah, they're a killer weed for sure.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt to get rid of them, right? And no wonder, good tool to use. Even like Jita with her fish, didn't bring up the fish today. Not gonna fillet Lancelot with a fillet, but my favorite double whiff grabs. Yeah, what are you reaching for? No, they're trying to go for a hug, but they messed up. They got the
That's
fake.
the Granblue Scramble, yeah. It always works out for the person that wasn't in throw range that initiated the throw.
Exactly. It's just
so
your brain. Your brain is like, I see a throw, I react with throw. Oh no!
Yep. Double overhead, old reliable. YJK keeping the combo damage scaling to a minimum. I don't think it'll kill yet though anyway. Oh, it did!
Is it gonna kill? CDM's coming at your house right now to ask for royalties.
He's
coming to your house right now to say, hey buddy, that's my bit.
I don't run any commentary OSs. I don't waste my time with transitory phrases that give me the chance to react if it kills or not. I place my bet, okay? And I lose my points with dignity.
Yeah, that's why you get, like, I always just draw it out. I draw it out to that point,
yeah.
And it just like, you got to pivot when it happens to it. You just got to be extra careful. But I like calling your shot. Calling your shot is also really good. And when you can consistently call your shot, you just feel like you know it. You don't have to ask people, is it going to kill? Because I'm going to tell people it is going to kill.
I'm definitely usually right.
I'm definitely usually. That's very reassuring. Definitely usually.
Oh, yeah. All right. For example, this one, obviously not. But it leaves YJK in a range where throw will kill, so the mix-up here is terrifying.
Yeah, but we don't care about
right away.
I want to see overdrive. I want to see some overdrive.
Say, YJK cared so much, it was so terrifying that YJK had to escape immediately, and Amore was the best choice.
Oh,
you need the overdrive to avoid the chip. You're absolutely right.
Oh,
overdrive now.
At least at some point, because then you get full power mode. You're still gonna have access to Super Skybound art, but never mind. Just slid into her DMs. Just try to be point blank slidey. Maybe try to bait.
Nah,
I don't know what it was. DP would have still smoked that, but
those DMs were not open.
She has to be
following you first.
Left him on all the way on red, but this is good.
Yeah,
this is for YJK. I mean, can go up 2 games, but that's the tough part about records like that. You don't think it's a frame trap, but it just ends up in a frame trap because it's just like you always get a slight delay. And now YJK
a Lancelot player should know all about that, shouldn't they? A Rekka user and enthusiast himself.
Oh, no
Oh!
slideys. Again, we ain't sliding around. Slide ain't safe. You ever gone to one of those, like, you remember the big old plastic slides?
Oh yeah.
Summertime,
They heat up in the
you're
summer,
wearing like
150
your
degrees.
shorts and you just get stuck on it with the heat and you're sliding down, burning your butt. That's what that feels like. That's that kind of
Burning
slide.
my
I mean, it's
back.
dangerous.
Then I land on the wood chips at the end,
Ugh.
scraped up. Hype my parents up to win the lawsuit against the playground. Nah, it never turned out that way. I had to pursue fighting games instead
Mm-hmm.
for the family, really.
So it goes. Gotta feed the family somehow. Fighting games here helping you out with that, and
Certainly.
look, and YJK trying to get fed too, because
Wow.
Allowed definitely got that last game and tied it up 1-1, but they want their fair share of that $800 or $400 prize pot.
Oh,
I like the
single
repressure.
overhead.
I like
Yeah,
something like that
and at
where
this
like
point,
you keep them in blocks and you get another jump, because that's just like the power of that EX fireball or ice ball from YJK. It forces people to
run up
if they try to
2H.
evade it, right? They try to evade it and they gotta take extra pressure. It's those little things, but even with all that, it is so close.
The way that YJK lands so many of their hits is reading how the opponent wants to get around the ice ball, running up an anti-ring on the other side, getting those non-counter hit 2H combos, very optimal choices. But an early spot dodge against a chargeable, very slow traveling fireball, and a Lande, that is a frame trap even from that far into far H, finds a counter hit. Proof that it was a frame trap.
It's interesting because like the Super Scabon or Lancelot goes off the wall, and it's one of like the best ones for sniping fireballs, because he goes in
Definitely.
the air and then can get that. So I also want to see YJK, use that kind of tool to advantage, especially against a character that at a distance may want to try to go for it. But
Yeah,
YJK doing
Turbulence could
really
be a
good
great
here.
option as well. Teleport behind them, get a counter hit combo starter if you use the H follow-up.
Yeah, I gotta give him the nothing personnel, right?
Yeah.
Right now, it is definitely nothing personnel. As this life from Allowed is just evaporating under this just insurmountable pressure. At least gets a sweep and fights it out, and now we're just going to the corner.
Close L, far M. I mean, great frame trap choice. Close L.
Oh, no!
Close H double combo. So unscaled. That's an instant kill.
Bahamut, come to me! I
that
summon
might be
Bahamut in attack form.
Oh, yeah.
All your life points obliterated, smoked, and destroyed. Allowed going up 2-1.
SSBA cutscene, too. Of course, we've all seen these before, but if you haven't, it's pretty fun to win with those in this game. You don't see them quite as often anymore. Honestly, with the new mechanics, a lot of players are winning without SSBA. They're using Rushdown and whatnot. But it's a really cool feature. Totally different scene in win pose. Look at that unique action.
Goes for a little flip. Really cute stuff. I like it. Okay, YJK found a way out, and I was just trying to fight their way back in here because, it is like death by thousand cuts. Like Lancelot's never really big damage. It is just like it's relentless pressure, and it adds up a lot. But you have to do so much. Okay, overdrive and activate this. Ooh, but that's not gonna work. It was the slow charge fireball. You got invulnerability with the Skybound arts, but just not enough a lot of times.
Yeah, and YJK was just outside of the SSBA life total, so unable to use the proper anti-fireball tool, which would have gone over. Unfortunate circumstances, but making the most of them. Fearlessly
nice.
running in, YJK finds the round.
Big jumps, yeah. That's like the hard call logs. That's that full distance jump. That's just asking to get hit by anti-air, but no, Allowed wasn't looking alive.
Mm-hmm. Anti-airing Lancelot can be a little bit harder. He's got unique actions to fast fall through you. He can, teleport. And I would say, because he can also run very fast, sometimes he can approach at a cross-up angle more rapidly than you're prepared for. So anti-airing him can just be challenging for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah, that's the little things. Other characters had it a little bit better, but definitely early on was a menace because it was just so hard to jump. That Gorilla Blade was just a menace. Like, he definitely dominated, alongside the Fairy early on.
Yeah,
when Granblue came out, just really, really strong. It's just it's not as powerful as it once was, but definitely a character that once you get that groove going, can definitely make it count.
Power creep is a very real thing in fighting games and in anime fighting games.
So you get the double up, right? Double power creep. Too much.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of power, Bahamut is back once again to finish the job here for Allowed and put them on the final point to make it out of losers finals.
Feeling like a winner. Winning losers finals.
Feeling like a winner, not a chicken dinner. That's right.
Yeah. Oh! DPing through. Only one hit on the DP, but it sends the message. Finds a whiff punish on 2M and a Rekka. Whoa! Slash, slash, slash. Here's a wall bounce this time. So much damage. Charge Fireball. And with DP here, there's still a combo available. Super just arrived for Alada as well.
Oh my gosh, even just checks. All these little checks. All these little things. And it's just allowed just playing so good. Honestly, right now, the second best player that we've seen so far tonight behind Shuabu. YJK just, even like, even when just trying to make a statement and make any little thing work, no, deny. Cutting that man down, allowed, makes it 2. And the allowed squad is popping off because that Jita is on fire. Just like Monkey.
Completely aware of the situation. Swinging with the far H like a baseball, and Lancelot was the ball. Excuse me, like a baseball bat, right? And immediately, like, we hadn't even really seen that much in the way of dash forward, dash back, unique action from Lancelot. First one happens as YJK has to hunt for like a valuable hit, inching in, inching out. Counter hit, like I feel like if only there was just a sound effect on that particular one of a baseball bat, just cracking the ball out of the park.
Hits.
Yeah, right. Clean hit.
Going, and YJK's out of there at third place at Run It Thursdays. So still a very solid placing. So great job making it that far, and had a rough of it in the winners finals, making it to losers finals, putting on a little bit of a show. But we're going to end up with our final match here as Shuabu in the winner's side, reigning supreme as the hottest combatants so far on Run It Thursdays, but then allowed with just a godlike run. But there's only room on the ladder for one of these players, for one champion.
Well, thankfully we have some comic relief to ease the tension, ease us up, and kill the tension in the interlude here. But our players are ready to deliver us to our climax. They said, "Good luck, have fun." That means they're ready to do it. Give us the best show they can give, and the character reveal happens now. It's of course still Jita for a lot, and there is Lowain on the screen for Shuabu. Actually, sorry, it's not just Lowain. It's Lowain, Sammy, and Tommy.
We are blessed.
And there's going to be a Catbot coming too.
Today has just been one tree after another, and now we're getting the rare Shuabu Lowain as the final boss. We've been teasing it the entire time with the dances and the push-ups, but now, how is this a fair fight when it's 4 versus 1? But again, Jita with the protagonist powers allowed, trying to reset the bracket. It is back to 3 to 5. If allowed wins the first set, we'll get a second set.
You see Alad with the rushdown, able to just kind of meterlessly, cooldownlessly buffer into something that's a knockdown on hit and a plus on block. And keeps Jita in her prime range of her 2M. God, it's just so hard to keep a sizable life lead due to the corner carry on any one hit that Jita confirms, right? Mm-hmm. Once Lowain's cornered, he's got the mediocre parry that can be spot dodged on reaction of the contact, and prayer. There is one benefit. Sammy and Tommy summons, when Lowain is cornered, as you can see, have very little time before they reach the opponent, because they don't have to be running from behind the screen behind Lowain. So they're a very fast weapon while he's cornered, and you saw Shuabu bring it out and show it to us right there in that position.
But that's a problem. Even though it's great, it's like the buttons from Jita are so good. If you have great buttons in this game, you can swing and knock out the bros as they're trying to come out both at the same time. So, it's a blessing and a curse. There's some other good things like backshift. Certain characters is a lot faster, and Lowain is one of those because he doesn't have a true reversal. Yes. But right now, look how much of a lead that Allowed has, just shutting Lowain down. It's a cute pick, but the wall has been built as Lowain is just stuck in the corner. Finds a way out with the bros.
That's a combo exclusive to being cornered, and Shuabu picked up some nice food. Does have SBA or SSBA available. I think with a human pyramid attack checkmate situation, maybe off of a combo, that could be a lead for Shuabu. I don't think it's going to be Yiggy, though. I don't know.
That's a toss-up with a life lead that can put it into like a a nice finish there. Like the EX, there you go. Gonna
Yiggy
cancel
to save your own
immediately
life, right?
into Yiggy, just because you're not like unsafe, but you want to keep your turn and gonna get that all this chips and queso. Gotta watch the blast. The dodge was mistimed and was playing just that tricky game of dancing around, but unfortunately, huge miss.
Those of you in the crowd thinking, oh, that was the last attack of the Yiggy, Alad had it. Surely Shuba was going to go punish. Yiggy already actually did her job of pushback, and Vita wasn't even in range of punishing Loane at the end of the super. Alad would have had to do some work trying to get back in and was already too far away to get a punish. So Yiggy was definitely the right call in that situation.
Yeah, again, it's a little bit of fear knowing that just one mistake during that will do the job. So good stuff, Shubu. This is still just a game number 1, but a treat of the caliber of Loane.
While reacting to awesome sauce with the DP, incredible from Alad, and benefit of the quick input system. And there's, how about we mash a DP out too? And by we, I mean Alad to secure the corner position against Shuabu. Great opportunity for Loane to crumble.
Oh, just throwing out an overhead, maybe just trying to catch Stantec, but no, I don't know if Shubu can return this. Goes for his own overdrive. Is going to win that out, and I like this actually. Going to avoid chip. Can maybe bring this around a little bit, but can't get hit because you get touched. Even one fireball, and that was I think a read on some instance, but got blown up for it.
Yeah, often they will cancel into Rekka instead, or maybe do even a delayed cancel into Shining Slash Rekkas. So that surely would have worked as a parry, and from that point, like, the knockdown was very valuable for Shuabu to maybe install Catbot after and look for some kind of checkmate situation.
Oh,
and there's Sammy with the slide on the save, right?
Yeah,
saving those bro.
Back in again, you know, they mobile buddies, so they definitely will come through with the quickness to save you. You got to be careful though; won't save you all the time. But at the very least, yeah, you see like right there, the fireball blowing it up, letting Gita be able to chase after behind it, and now backshift try to escape, but still a counter. Look like press the button, got punished for their troubles.
But there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, all you need is an invuln. All you need is a little bit of invuln in the dream, you know.
invul backshift into parry. That's the combination that you need.
All right, there's both the bot, there's the missiles, and back to 100 meter for both players. So this is still anyone's game here. We got a knockdown. Try to get a grab, but yeah, overdrive. Wake up overdrive, very strong. And that should do it. Wow. That damage buff. The damage buff. So yeah. even not needing the last hit of the Rekka, it just did just enough. And off of a sweep even. Allows
tons of damage. Mm-hmm. And of course, Sammy and Tommy, you know, they're just men. They can't compete with plasma, right? That plasma's too hot from Jita. And that was really a trademark interaction of the matchup in the previous round when the EX Fireball hit both Sammy and Loane trying to spot dodge it. Right? It's so unfortunate for Shuabu, but you got to be aware, like, you can't mess around with these charged fireballs. No. But hey, this is a Shuabu round, though, for sure. Getting up nice and high. Can we see an HPA?
Yeah.
This is tough. That's one of those checkmates.
Yeah, we're getting just that pressure. Dodge, block, low, high, up, down. Getting through it. But the chip in the end, serving it up with a side of guac, and that was great. Shuabu finishes that round off.
I wonder if the way to survive would have been overdriving right there, and then maybe the HPA would run out of time after? I think that might be it. I'm not sure. It was a really puzzling situation.
Definitely an option. Yeah. But still with the round to give anyway, and this is a great round for Allowed, as they're just, again, that corner pressure from Jita is just demanding.
Backshift. You're right. Invul in a dream. And backshifting into the corner. Loane's so comfortable there because Sammy and Tommy are right behind. They're on screen right, stage right, just off curtain. Offer into super. I mean, that's a kill right off one button from mid-screen. Jita specific.
Mm-hmm. Great button. Great reaction to the button, too. So Allow believed in it. Allow was 100% ready for that to connect, to let the Skybound dart rip. And that is what I like to see. I like to see these third strikes. These these players getting these one-hit confirms, just knowing that there we go, this is what I'm aiming for, and going off of it. And remember, Allow started in losers, not for the fact that he lost in the winners bracket, just from because that his score wasn't as good as the other players and winners. But that's really it. Despite that, has just turned this car around, is heading back home, one more game away from resetting.
And already getting some more character experience in the process of set 1 is a lot. Getting this Henri back. This is the character that Shubu started the evening with, carving the winner's bracket path in the winners finals.
Mm-hmm.
That was all the way against Zombie's Percival, back when Zombie was in winners.
I was wondering if we'd get any repeat characters, but because of this situation, it's gone for the Henri. I mean, we saw the Lil Wayne, we saw the Henri, we saw Sora's too, yep.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're just like, okay, you want to play the range game? You want to play the poke game? Well, here comes Uno. He was number 1. He'll show you why. Ooh, getting blessed, though.
Even adding more corner carry by running into the opponent, kind of corpse drifting them.
Oh!
Overhead throw bait. That's so classic.
Stand tech. Don't ever stand tech. That's the thing right there. When you're fishing for a big win, when you're fishing for that one big hit, go for that like just slow walk up into the universal overhead, because your opponent, human nature is to expect to grab a lot of times when a person's just walking in your face.
Yeah. Although I think you can be a little bit more aggressive with where you choose to attack in earlier rounds. I think people will tend to play a little bit more carefully in a last round one-to-one situation. Round 1, I think their personalities are such that they'll just fight hard. They'll DP, turn steal, run up grab, they'll tech. And I wonder if this pattern will prove true. I'm going to try and pay attention to the clock throughout these next few rounds. I mean, this round has already gone pretty long, and Shubu's making it go longer by escaping the corner on block, moving forward with the Henri pushback. You can see he fought all the way to mid-screen on block.
Mm-hmm. And he's staying at that one range. I just love it. Like, he's just standing at like maximum poke range, well outside of crouching medium. So any like movement forward, so he gets a win. So that's one thing. So it's now 2-1. But just standing at a range where he can see any like walk forward from allowed and press a button, just knowing that, hey, you're not in crouch medium range yet. So I can press here because now you're entering in my range. So is this extra little bit of spacing sprinkled on top, just making sure that I know I'm at the perfect spot where I want to be. Who is it? Who will it be now?
Secure the reset pick. Yet another instance of Shubu having to fight 6. I feel like Shubu has made people jealous with this character in the previous version of the game or something. It's like a personal gripe. Everybody wants to show Shubu their 6.
Yeah, but Shubu might say I'm a 7. Don't worry about me. No, he's number 1. So we're better than 6. We are the singular digit. We are Uno. Uno under pressure and gets out with his own version of the parry. So busts out. It is unsafe on block, but you know what? You don't block it, you get blessed up. And we did see Allowed play the 6 before, so this is not like random pick. This is something that is on deck and very strong with the funny face. Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Funny face is a big buff for sure. I don't think Shubu uses much funny face, so.
Okay. Easy
nice.
enough.
Got the blocked those follow-ups after counter state patiently, right? Very, very aware. A lot of players are simply unfamiliar with Henri at this point. Each follow-up also extremely negative there, but to varying degrees, and they each still have their different uses. We can get into more of that, but I'd basically be explaining rock, paper, scissors. And there's plenty of other ways that manifest throughout this game.
Ooh, tricky. Well, you see, when you pick the rock, it loses to the paper, but it beats the scissors. And then when you pick the scissors, it beats the paper. So, you got 3 options. So
that's why Rock is the best character in the game.
But then that's why you just do the same option every time and don't leave it to chance. Don't think about it. Just go with your gut. Just go with the one thing.
Same strategy works in roulette, by the way. I learned this pretty well at EVO. You just simply pick Team Red and go 16-4.
I see. That's why I lost $100 because I went on Team Black.
I don't know what you were thinking.
I was thinking I'm going to come out here with $200 reviews, but oh well. You know who's going to come out with $200? One of these 2 players. As we are getting close to that reset, as Allowed is just one more combo away, but Shubu saying, nah. Shut up, Raph.
And
Stop
with a
talking.
full life bar to deal with now, it's more like 5 to 7 combos away. Maybe it'll be 3 combos with a lot of stray hits. I would expect that, it usually takes maybe like more like 5 or 7 or 8 hits from 6. Honore's damage, though, in the corner, it definitely doesn't lack. Mid-screen, it's more about the poke game, the attrition. 236L, various versions.
Oh my gosh,
Far
that
H
was
moves
so
under the air
cool.
projectile.
I mean, he's a little dude. Even though he's
It's a-
floating midair, he is still a little guy. Just a little guy.
He's so gifted in movement. Floating must be so much easier than walking because it's only a floating character that could possibly have a far H like that. He's got kind of like the UL effect, where his far H is hit confirmable on its own due to its 2 hits,
Ooh.
both cancelable.
But it's all good, though. You know why it's all good? Because his cape has a hitbox, so he might be floating off the air, but you can still bless his legs.
Yeah, thankfully.
Could you imagine? All right, wait a minute. If they get that
The
pet
combo
shop
went
effect
pretty
in, where
early.
it's just like you can just fly over everything. If Shubu picks his 2-2, that'd be amazing, especially with the Honore pick.
This character, Henri, he has 2 dive kicks. There's so many choices from the
2
air.
dive
Actually.
kicks?
He hardly take. Yeah, he's got 2 different ones.
Why does your mom let you have 2 dive kicks? Oh, here we go. Not full animation though, so didn't get full damage, and still Shubu with the lead, but cancel off the clash into the air buttons. Rush chase down, gets to low legs. This is so close. Reset or continuation. Ah!
Parry for the knockdown. Fight for your life on defense, Shuabu. Could go either way from right here, right this moment.
Oh, I like that rundown. I like that
Aggro.
rundown. Keeping up the plus frames. And this
Shubu
is
with
good
meter.
for Shubu. I want to see Shubu find a situation where he can overdrive. Oh, the parry.
Counter.
Gonna be safe though.
Oh, blocking the fall.
He was hoping for chip because there was pixels left.
Yeah,
That was
I think
100% commitment on a full bag of chips, but unfortunately, these chips crumbled into pieces and we're at a reset allowed with just the luckiest block I've ever seen.
Henri was about to take that chip damage bag. It's not a bag actually. Excuse me. It's a cylindrical can that you might get your hand stuck in if you reach too far down because it's Pringles with Henri. And it got suddenly 6 just wall dove, crashed right on it. All the chips got cracked and were ruined. And so it's a character switch.
For both
6
players.
has changed hands over
Oh
to
my gosh.
Shubu, the familiar main, in a new Crimson Red. Looking beautiful. Fighting default Jita. A classic and iconic design that Alad has used to great effect throughout this whole top 8, almost entirely. Probably like 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the highest win rate character.
Yeah, but I mean, having the 6 just in case as a backup is a great backup.
Absolutely.
Super solid characters in this second set that would get blessed for a Shin Grand Finals. But
As you can see there, you see Alad went for that combo into the Fireball for Mad Far off the air-to-air counter hit. Had Rushdown been the choice, I think it would have not dropped. But, these... Like, the consequences become pretty drastic. Shuabu got out of the corner for that reason. And Alad got trapped, and a clone as an anti-zoning tool is so strong. I think 6 definitely underrated in the anti-zoning element, in addition to just being a very pervasive rushdown character.
Just having all these interesting things, that unique action, extremely unique. Yeah. There's the dive kick from 6. And now we got also, like I want to mention, we got the funny face power-up is now on Shubu's hands. So we're not going to hopefully we get the funny face mirror match, but we'll see because the Shubu going back to their main for Shin Grand Finals. Oh yeah, let's get that damage. But you know what? There's a good chance that Shubu gets another 100% meter, gets enough resources because of how much life they still have and how much more of the match is still available.
Yeah, all those 2-hit normals, whether they're on block or on hit, build so much extra meter for 6. One of the strongest advantages you can have. Walking almost fully out of the overdrive range, and committed to something a little late, so Alad's able to get out of the corner using OD. Plenty of overdrive meter left to spend for a combo. Alad was fully loaded, just lost the Rekka, so confirming just got a lot harder. 2H anti, though, can still lead to a kill. I'm sure of that.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Nice. There's a big hit. We're not close enough to the corner. Not close enough to the corner. Didn't want to go. Could have, honestly, done a little more, right? Had tools available to finish it, but the EX was just too far away from a corner to get the wall bounce and get something. Now Shubu's just like, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, it's not the wrong choice. It just situationally didn't lead to the kill the same way Overdrive could. But of
Mm.
course, the safer buffer is an equally valid choice. A lot simply accounting for the fact that Shuabu could have run up with that fast 6 walk speed and blocked it. An experienced chicken blocker, right? Moving forward. Berserker
Oh,
Barrage, kick follow up, counter hit. One of the best starters that the character can ever get at mid screen, and a DP
this
bait to
is
follow it up. Shuabu speed running the life bar now.
this was an endless string from one corner to the other. It was a block string into a combo punish to another punish, and it's just Shubu run up, pops the overdrive, and now you're just in a checkmate scenario. Do you pop your overdrive? No, you get neutral jump. Yo, I love it. I love these decisions. Shubu feeling so comfy on this. This is like we saw with the Soris, just like these comfort picks, and it's just working out so well.
Super impressive. I love when people neutral jump the special movement option. You see it against moves that are like dash punches, but to be doing it against Rekkas, that's
Crazy.
it's crazy because it's such a close range interaction, and you'd think if you're already in that close of a range, you wouldn't want to commit to something like that and get anti-air.
Oh, I love it.
But the alternative is just always be right with guesses like that.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of, this is the wrong guess. Try to overdrive, but that did not work, and now I got meaty overdrive. This is this could have been a wonderful position for allow, but got too greedy after overdrive, and that was just that heavy button, just like nah, scratch. And now we're about down to it. This is Shuabu running this back to finish the job with a potential quick 3-0. Wants to get done before 10 p.m., which is simply amazing if that happens.
Well, you know, the production teams are always thankful for the quick 3-0s, but Granblue fans, the Skyfarers, you know, we're always encouraging each other to fight hard, right? You notice all the win quotes in this game when the characters talk? They're always so encouraging of each other. So, of course, combine that with no battle damage, they're happy.
You better give them a lot of encouragement, because right now Loud is about to fold at second place, as Shubu has just been dismantling this player Loud, who's done so well to get this far, but right now is just being outclassed by Shubu and that 6. Crimson
nice DP on
Crimson
reaction
Red.
Berserker Slash, super impressive reaction. But completely special moveless now as a Laud, so the offensive potential was exhausted, and Shubu immediately tried to dive kick to take advantage of that right off the wall.
And now we're just putting on that pressure. I mean, like, Shubu has so much room just to play at their own pace. But, I mean, we definitely feel comfortable playing Rushdown with all Loud now with the big Nami getting as much as they can here. Jewel, nice. I love it. Finish the job. Come
on. Will it? I don't know.
With the manual, with the one hit, it should be enough.
I think that's a kill.
Easy enough. It is.
Yeah. A little bit of an OS on my part, but
it's all good. You gotta believe. Yeah. You gotta go all in, right? That's the one thing. Is you're wrong. Hey, you're wrong. You know, it's okay.
You really show mastery if you make your bet before the hits in the super start showing you the extent of the scaling or the lack of it. And like you said, it was specifically the clean input, full input version that has much less scaling there.
And also the starter, really good. So allowed turning this back and avoiding everyone getting a quick evening here. But that's okay because we get some great action up back. Still in the corner,
How to escape the corner.
That's the hard part. Shubu's just like, you're in my element. How do you like it when you're in this corner? Oh my god.
Laud's got to press some buttons. Yeah, that 2M almost got whip punished by Berserker Slash. Here comes 6 leaping right over. Hunting for that tournament victory point, top 8 victory. The right to own Thursday night earned off of an air projectile 2M combo. And how about a Skybound Art to finish it off, putting the blue in Granblue in the background. Shuabu is your Run It Thursdays champion. Congratulations to him. Congratulations also to Alad for an honorable and noble second place, resetting the bracket on the way, pushing Shuabu to the original main. Something I think we might have been waiting to see, us Shuabu fans in the chat or maybe in the commentary booth.
That'll do it. Yeah, our first place champion on the West Coast side. Shuabu pushed to the brink, but you know, when you got someone cornered, they will fight back, and Shuabu fought back hard, but allowed. Man, that was such a great run. Because again, starting from the lower bracket side, had to just face, you see that, Derek's, Have a Nice Day, beating Zombie, then YJK, and then at least winning one set against Shuabu. But end of the day, our multi-character master finishes up with a strong finish. And again, we saw Six, we saw Honor, we saw Soris, we even got Wayne from there, right? And just
That was crazy.
5 characters.
I can't believe that happened.
5 whole characters throughout that amazing amount of sets. And it's just, oh man, the great players are here, just ridiculous.
Yeah, so the allowed run from losers, the East Coast bracket tonight was a run back of winners finals with Kilo and Sasamogas Poggers, aka Bale, playing the Eustace.
Mm-hmm.
And this tournament was the slightly less typical narrative where the losers bracket entrant takes themselves all the way. So
yeah,
I thought the train was full speed ahead, but until I saw Shuabu 6 losing games, I think it was clear to me that Shuabu was the one to take it.
Yeah, and take it he did. And we had just, again, through all those matches and all of that. I mean, we take a look at all the fun stuff that happened this top 8. If you want to just check that out real quick, because I mean, we had just no shortage of amazing moments and matches from all these amazing competitors. We got from the grand finals, excuse me, you see the Lil Wayne popping off as Allowed was just bringing out Vegeta first and foremost until it forced Allowed to pick something else. But man,
you saw that highlight. It started with a whiff punish actually from Shuabu with Far M, but he actually landed so many whiff punishes with Far M, and Lil Wayne just can't do the confirm. Awesome Sauce doesn't cut it. Yiggy cut it here, though. This was pretty crazy. That was actually the last move she could do in the sequence.
The double overdrive, all that. Just you see the back and forth between both these players. I mean, Shubu definitely had potential. The parry, unfortunately, not going to work against the projectile, but kept it competitive. And they were still very close, despite Allowed doing a clean run through. But then when we saw the human pyramid come through for rounds apiece going both players. So the Lil Wayne still got damage done, right? Which is nice.
I was so impressed with the dodging of all the lows and overheads. Most people opt to try and react low and then block overhead. But dodging is a very valid option. It was looking very close to surviving.
Well, this is the part we start that big run back. We start Shuabu just turning this around with the Honre. And this is what's nice when you're allowed a situation like this is you have the ability then now counterpick favors in your favor. You lose that one game, you got to pick the 6, and then even if you lose with 6, you can do another pick here. So it's just it's one of those little things that just works so well.
And Allowed never ran the mirror, huh? Even if the 6 was successful in their winner's
successful,
set.
yeah, right.
Yeah, successful. That's right. Still, it never came back. There's just too much respect there for Shuabu as one of the original North American placers with the character, keeping them on the map, maintaining their position on the character map / tier list.
Yeah, and then you just
for those who care.
Mm-hmm. Then you see after that, and then the reset happens, and then Shuabu is unleashed and unlocked, and the funny face comes through the power up, and just I appreciate Allowed sticking to what they're most comfortable with, in the matchup, picking the Vegeta to face off against Shubu's master character. But Shubu showing why this is why he's so strong at neutral jump. It's so good.
A little bit of walking back and forth within that range where Shubu knows that Vegeta swinging with Rekka is so effective. Normally it's such a great option to skew risk reward and achieve a knockdown, and there it is, just getting fully punished on the neutral jump. Abare was really the tail of the tape here for Shuabu. Abare meaning when you are in a negative defensive situation, in a bad spot, pressing buttons anyway, knowing that you think the opponent will try to take advantage by moving forward, getting back into good mix-up range. Right? And 6 is so well equipped with a 6-frame 2M, a great claw button, nice sis joint. Just kind of these wall-like defensive buttons, the kinds that Allowed likes to press 2. We saw a lot of 2M and 5M in particular. I think this is a...
you saw that's that 2M. There's that button you said, right? They get the confirm off the EX air fireball, and just beautifully done. Shubu just that wonderful 6, just making it count. And that's Granblue, baby. That is 2 amazing top 8s full of so many great characters and players. And CLG off of a huge fan vote at Evo for the game. and we had a wonderful opportunity to really show off how amazing it is, especially right now post Evo. Everyone's motivated, everyone's feeling ready to go because there's more events on the way. There's other things coming up real soon, and there's gonna be a lot more good Granblue. So I'm glad we have opportunity here to really see how everyone's going after our big weekend 2 weekends ago.
I mean, it's nice to have a big midweek day like this Thursday night, and in addition to a previous big weekend. I've always enjoyed Granblue community's ability to, continue spreading itself. We spread the good word, the gospel, and CLG sees us, and they similarly see Guilty Gear, a bunch of rambunctious folks trying to play that game next Thursday. For those of you that are among that crowd,
Actually, it's a
players,
DNF Duel is
it's
next week.
DNF Duel.
DNF
Okay,
Duel.
okay, very good. I appreciate that. Hey, I'm a DNF duelist.
You should
I
enter Run It Thursdays.
I should,
You
and
should have
I
fun.
I play Crusader. I believe in God. I'm ready.
Wonderful. But yeah,
Yeah.
what can we look up for you next? Where is Monkey Business after here? Where can we find you?
Well, I'll have something to say about Granblue, the course of fighting games, probably some Guilty Gear, even DNF Duel at FG Monkey Business. I think I'm trying to go to some offline tournaments in the near future. Maybe headed. I know I was on the West Coast tonight, but I might be headed east, maybe towards New York. We'll see. Pretty soon. And Raf, I see that you got Texas next to your name. What's up with you? Where are you hanging out right now?
We're just doing our thing here. I'm supporting everything I can online. Other people, doing my little stream action and biding my time for the next big event. See Otaku's gonna be right around the corner, so I know a lot of people are excited for all that action there. But for us now, that's really gonna do it here for Run Thursdays. We're gonna set y'all all free, but thank y'all for watching Counter Logic Gaming for every week putting on a show with various fighting games. So keep followed here, keep supporting, keep competing, have some fun, get a chance at these good prizes, and it's only going up from here. So hope you'll have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves and keep on rocking.
Thanks, everybody. Peace.